at the Arts and College Preparatory Academy, and I'll be talking about my friend JoJo. October 25th, 2017 started for me as any normal day would. My alarm went off at 7:30 and I reluctantly woke. I grabbed my phone and decided to check Snapchat, as most teenagers do first thing in the morning. I tapped through the stories and at first nothing caught my eye. A couple on a date, a picture of someone's dog, a funny video from play rehearsal. When I saw the next picture, my heart stopped. It was a black screen with the words, "Rest in peace, JoJo." I responded to the story and said, "What are you talking about?" hoping that this was some cruel prank or it was not the JoJo that I knew and loved. But before the owner of the Snapchat could even respond, I saw it again and again. It was everywhere. As my eyes skimmed the police report, my worst fear came true. I couldn't pretend anymore. JoJo was taken from us. Someone came into an apartment and began to shoot, and just like that, she was gone. I've never seen my school as silent as it was that day. It still haunts me to think of how scared she must have been. But then I remember she was the girl who pierced her own lip and cut her own hair and had the courage to do anything, and I like to believe she carried that with her till the very end. A week or so passed and I attended the funeral. Hundreds of people were there. They had to have an overflow room with a live stream of the service because so many people showed up to honor her short but meaningful life. It was an open casket funeral, and no matter how hard I try to forget, the image I saw will replay in my mind forever. I made my way to the casket and stopped dead in my tracks. She was beautiful, but she was not herself. They had done a great job covering it up, but anyone who knew her knew that you could see where the bullet entered her body right between her eyes. I could barely keep myself from falling. The only sounds that left my mouth were sobs, occasionally interrupted with the words, "I am so sorry." I didn't know in that moment what I was apologizing for, but sadly I do now. And I will say it again and again and again. JoJo, I am so sorry. I am sorry that we live in a world where your life wasn't as valued as the gun that ended it. I am sorry I am a part of that world, and I'm sorry that it took your death for me to begin to speak up about the injustice of gun violence. The main arguments that the NRA gives in support of guns is self-protection and constitutional rights, but that is bullshit. Our children are dying at school, at home, in movie theaters, at the mall, in the streets. Where were their inalienable rights? The tragedy of seeing your friends and peers die is not something I would wish on anyone. But when faced with tragedies, you have two options: to succumb to the fear or to fight. To JoJo, to the victims of Parkland and the victims of countless shootings that have gone on for far too long, we are here to fight for you, and this is a battle we will not lose. We will use our voices and our constitutional rights to assure that you are not forgotten. To all the other kids fighting, do not give up hope. Do not be silenced. Our generation will do this together. Finally, to the government and to the NRA, fuck your thoughts and prayers. We demand change. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out on this chilly day to stand with one another.
Will not be stopped, and the young generation will see change. Please give it up for Virginia Nault.
It was even more surreal to have our first drill with this new procedure on February 15th, one day after the shooting in Parkland. I was in physics class when the drill was announced, and all of the students, including myself, immediately sprung into action to barricade the door.